Hey guys, so while I had the camera set up for the Pokemon Go review I was just shooting, I'm not quite sure if that's going to come out before or after this video. I think the Go review is going to come out before this video. Anyway, while I had that set up, I decided to do another face-to-face. I realize I haven't really done this in a while because I haven't had time, but I have had a topic that I've wanted to talk about for a while. So my last few have been about movies, but I thought I'd bring it back to talk about video games because this is a video game related channel, not a movie related channel. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about a series I've been really passionate about for pretty much all my life, at least like 10 or so years. And that is the Paper Mario series. Wait, more than 10 years. I started playing that game when I was 8. This is a bit of a retrospective of my experience, as well as my thoughts on upcoming Paper Mario games, which I'll get to later. But I'm going to stick to the retrospective for now, but that won't take too long, I don't think. So anyway, as I said, I started playing Paper Mario at the age of 8. You see, when I was just getting into video games, I had an N64, but I didn't really know what much to play. I was playing Pokemon Stadium and Mario Party. So I went to this store, which was amazing. It's closed for a very long time. So I look around to see what games I should get, because my parents wanted to get me a new game. And, well, I did pick up Super Mario 64. A great game, by the way, but that's a story for another topic. I mean, another topic for another video. They were like, hey, why don't you try this game? And they let me play Paper Mario for a bit at the store, and I found it a lot of fun. I was intrigued by the characters and story and the dialogue. That's not something I'd really experienced in a video game before, because Paper Mario was actually my first RPG I've ever played. So yeah. Wait, no, sorry, I think I played Pokemon before, but I digress. I was still intrigued by the idea of Paper Mario. So they let me rent it. Of course, it cost a bit of money. It was like $8 to rent it for a weekend. And I really enjoyed it. My whole family was playing. I didn't get too far. I pretty much just beat the prologue. But I found it pretty fun. So, but then I have to give it back. So a year later, I begged my parents to buy it for me, and they did. Then I played the game. I beat it the whole way through. And had so much fun with that game. I pretty much played it like... Since then, I played it like 6 or 7 times, at least 5 or 6 of my childhood. Then in 2004, when I was 10, I believe, Thousand Year Door came out. And of course I got that game. And oh my god, I've never had such an experience playing that game. Mainly because of my childhood, but I was exposed to such wonder part of the game. Like, it was something I've never played before. And see, my parents had this policy where I could only play during the weekends, not during the week because of school. But I was so desperate to play. I would sneak on either late at night during my bedtime when my parents weren't home to play the game. Like, I beat up to Hooktail in like the first weekend I got it. Like, you don't understand. I still remember my grandparents babysitting me on a Monday, and that's when I beat Hooktail because I was so excited to play that game. That's just something that's just been stuck in my memory forever. And I played Thousand Year Door like 9 or 10 times. I even did it for my channel twice. One of them you'll never see, but the other one is still on my channel. That was my favorite game for a very, very long time until I played Xenoblade 2 years ago. And that is probably Thousand Year Door and the first Paper Mario are games that have been stuck to my childhood forever. Like, it's nostalgic to me, as like a lot of people are for Mario 3, Mario World, or like any of like really classic games. Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door are like my classic games because I grew up with those games and I love those games so much, and I played it so many times. Super Paper Mario came out in 2007, and I wasn't really hating on the idea because to me I saw it as like they took the Bowser sections from Thousand Year Door where you platform as Bowser and made a whole game around it, and I love the Bowser sections, so I was really eager to play a whole game about it, and I actually enjoyed Super Paper Mario. And funny enough, the more I replay it, the more I enjoy it. Because the last time I played it like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was old enough to really get its dark story. And I honestly like Super Paper Mario more than the first Paper Mario. But again, that's a topic for another... topic for another video, not topic for another discussion. But I digress. So, then we get to Paper Mario Sticker Star. I especially despise this game because not only was it just awful. You can see so many of my videos explaining what was so bad about it, which I'll get to in a second. But it's also like, when the 3DS first was announced, it didn't really have any games I was really interested in. Even Ocarina of Time 3D I played, but I didn't really get interested in it. But what made me get it on launch was because the year before the 3DS was revealed, the year the 3DS was revealed, the year before it came out, a new Paper Mario game was announced for it. And that game looked fantastic, because the early screenshots depicted it as like a 1,000-year door type game, where you have a partner, Chain Chomp, you battle Monty Moles, and I was super excited for this. Because I love Super Paper Mario, but I was ready to get back to what I loved, and this game had so much promise. So even without knowing anything, I bought a 3DS at launch. Stupid decision, I know, especially how freaking Sticker Star turned out. So yeah, Sticker Star turned out so bad, you don't understand. When I was first playing it, I was so desperate to like it, I was convincing myself it was a good game. I was like, wow, this may seem like new Super Mario Bros. With no story, but the gameplay's kind of fun. I like thinking about what stickers to use. But the longer I sat on it after I beat it, and the more I saw people talking about it, I realized I hated this game. It was just me being so in love with the Paper Mario series that I wanted to love Sticker Star. But I really hated it. Let's break it down what's so bad about it. Okay, firstly, I like the Paper Mario games for story. Sticker Star had no story. But that didn't bother me too much because my policy is story is only a bonus for a game. I play games for the gameplay. The story just makes it better, but a game can still be fine without its story. So that was just a big blow, but I accepted it. No partners. I was like, okay, no partners may suck, but this is trying to be a different kind of game. It's fun, and the whole sticker system wouldn't work. So yeah, that was like some excuses I had justifying of why Paper Mario Sticker Star was a good game, but these are really terrible problems. So yeah, that was like some excuses I had justifying of why Paper Mario Sticker Star was a good game, but these are really terrible problems. There's also like even more specific problems I don't see people complaining about. It just really didn't feel like a Paper Mario game. Even Super Paper Mario felt like a Paper Mario game, because even though it didn't have the combat that was similar, it still had the same characters, story. Like, for example, in every single Paper Mario game, Merlin and a bunch of their twins would appear and stuff, and they'd be really entertaining, and there'd always be this running gag of Mario falling asleep. Sticker Star did not have those. It also didn't have, like, cooking recipes or any of that other stuff, like a Pit of 100 Trials or any of that other stuff. Like, Super Paper Mario, without its RPG system, felt like a Paper Mario game. Sticker Star felt like a completely new series that had Paper Mario in its title. And so, okay, fine, so it may not be a Paper Mario game, but is it a fun game on its own? No, it is not a fun game. There's pretty much no incentive for combat fighting. I mean, because the way you beat bosses is by using stickers, and the way you beat enemies is by using stickers. So why face those enemies and use your stickers when you can save them for the bosses? Moreover, the bosses weren't hard at all. They were just, if you don't have this right sticker, you can't win. I remember I tried like 5 times to beat that stupid Pokeboss, not realizing that I didn't have the baseball bat, so I had to go back and get the baseball bat. It was really not a fun game. Honestly, Sticker Star just felt like new Super Mario Bros. But with sticker. And that's the problem with a lot of Mario games, but I digress. So yeah, that's me ranting about Sticker Star in a nutshell. Again, I've done it in so many videos. I did it in my countdown. I did it countless times in my Paper Mario Let's Play. But let's get to my main topic here. Paper Mario Color Splash. When this game first was announced, it legitimately offended me because I was such a fan of the first 3 Paper Mario games, and Sticker Star hurt me a lot. So to see, instead of going back to the first things, or even making a completely new thing, it was Sticker Star 2. I mean, Sticker Star was a completely new thing. So instead of doing another completely new thing for Color Splash, they just made a Sticker Star 2. Why, of all things, did they want to continue Sticker Star? It's like they didn't remember that there were Paper Mario games before Sticker Star. It's like they were just like, okay, Sticker Star is our first Paper Mario game, so let's build a game off Sticker Star. Granted, the more I've seen of it, the more it actually seems kind of decent. I mean, like, it seems like they're trying to do Sticker Star but better, like fix all the problems Sticker Star had, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, why can't they just make an original Paper Mario game? Like, a one back to the first 3? Well, actually, I know the answer. In a Game Explain interview, they said that the Mario and Luigi RPG series is the default RPG series, while Paper Mario they can experiment with. That's a fine enough reasoning, I guess, but like, Why did they have to make another sticker star instead of just experimenting with something new again? I would have been fine with that. In fact, why can't they just use the charm the first 3 Paper Mario games had? The Merlin twins and all that stuff, Peach interludes, and like a good story instead of just making a de facto Mario game. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like, it doesn't feel like a Paper Mario game. It feels like a New Super Mario games, but with paper aesthetics. And that is my problem. I am fine with them not going back to the RPG series as much as I would like, but why can't they still use the characters from the first 3 Paper Mario games and everything like that instead of just building up Sticker Star? My biggest problem here is that it seems like they forgot the first 3 Paper Mario games existed. And that's what I've said many times. And that is just what I can't wrap my head around. Because everything else, their justification for color splash is fine. As I said, the game looks okay. I'm probably not going to get it unless it has a good story. But I just don't get why they don't remember anything from before Sticker Star. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I've kind of been circling my arguments a lot. So I think that's enough for now. I may do another video like this if this one, you guys respond to this one a lot, or I have anything else to say. But I think my rant on the Paper Mario series is over. You just have to understand something. As I said, these first 3 games are near and dear to my heart. Sticker Star kind of just rebooted the Paper Mario games for no real reason. I mean, I get the experimental, but why the reboot? I don't understand that. So yeah, that's enough for now. Later.